Someone asked me, how do I know if our service is worship or just a well-run program? Church can feel like a routine. We show up, sit down, sing, listen, leave, repeat. Hey friends, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Shawn Simmons, founder of S3 Ministry. Today we're answering a big question. Is this really worship? I'll show you 3 signs your Sunday service might be missing the point. The first sign, the stage is the focus, not God. John Piper puts it simply, worship is valuing God above all things. And yet, in churches everywhere, the spotlight can easily shift. Did the band crush it? Was the message funny and polished? Did the production run flawlessly? A few years ago, I was invited to preach at a large church known for its production, lights, haze, incredible music. The team hit every cue, but after the service, no one mentioned what God did. They talked about the band, the graphics, the lights. That church had excellence, but it did not have focus. Look, excellence is great, and that is what we should strive for in every service. But if people leave talking more about the team than the truth, we've missed it. Mike Winger said it perfectly. Music is a tool, preaching is a tool, worship is the goal. Every moment in a worship service, music, scripture, preaching, prayer should lift our eyes up, not just forward. True worship draws attention to God's glory, not our skill. Sign number 2, people just observe, not participate. Worship is not a performance, it's a shared moment of surrender. I remember coaching a young pastor who felt discouraged. His team worked hard, the music was on point, but the congregation stayed quiet and disengaged. I sat in on a service and realized something. That congregation had become spectators. The team was doing everything for them, instead of creating space to invite them in. We shifted a few things, added guided prayers, responsive readings, moments of silence and reflection. Slowly, people started leaning in, not because the team got louder, but because the people were invited to worship. The Bible Project says worship is about reorienting our lives around God. That doesn't happen when we watch, it happens when we respond. Maverick City once said, if the room isn't engaging, maybe we're not leading, we're just performing. True worship isn't a show, it's a community act of devotion. The third sign, smooth programming, not spirit-led planning. Alan Parr says, we've confused hype with holiness. There was a church that had everything polished. Their services were tight and professional, but they asked me to help them figure out why people didn't seem spiritually moved. As I listened, I realized their planning was creative, but not prayerful. Transitions were smooth, but there was no sacred flow. We began anchoring every element, music, message, scripture, offering, around one big spiritual theme. We prayed over the structure, built room for reflection, even simplified their closing to give space for response. Within a month, people were saying, it feels like we're actually meeting with God again. The 10K Fam Worship School put it best. What makes worship feel like worship isn't quality, it's spiritual clarity. When you design a service that leads hearts, not just eyes and ears, that's when people encounter God, not just consume content. I remember a pastor telling me about a man in his church who had all but checked out. He showed up, but his heart wasn't in it. Then one Sunday, something shifted. There were no big lights. The sound was glitchy, but the whole service, from the welcome to the message to the closing, was all soaked in prayer, scripture, and stillness. During the sermon, it wasn't just words. It was like God was speaking directly to him. He said later, that was the first time I felt God in years. That's what worship can do. So here's the challenge. Is your service helping people experience God or just experience a program? Are people being drawn in or just sitting through? Is it spiritually deep or just emotionally stirring? If this video encouraged you, challenged you, please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button. Leave a comment telling about a moment in a Sunday service that deeply impacted you. If you're ready to take what you just learned about authentic worship and apply it to your preaching, I invite you to check this video out right here entitled, I Preached 1,000 Sermons the Hard Way Until I Found This One Tip.